November 2025, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because what just happened in Washington wasn't luck, it wasn't coincidence, and it sure as hell wasn't an accident. This was a calculated gamble by President Donald J. Trump. This was a move so risky, so aggressive, so strategic that Democrats in the Senate, they didn't even realize what hit them until it was too late. Now, you want to talk about panic? You want to talk about scrambling, back channels, closed door emergency meetings? Washington hasn't seen a political detonation like this since the night that Trump flipped the map in 2016, because while the media was breathlessly reporting longest shutdown in American history, Trump was doing something else. He was setting a trap. This is a trap that forces every Democrat in the Senate into a lose-lose situation just 10 weeks before the next shutdown deadline. And guess what, guys? They walked right into it, right? So now we've got Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on camera basically saying, go nuclear, kill the filibuster, fund the government without Democrats. The moment that those words hit the air, every Democrat strategist in DC felt their stomach drop straight through the floor, because eliminating the filibuster isn't just a talking point. This is the one thing that Democrats cannot afford to lose. Without it, they lose power, leverage, blockade authority. Their entire playbook collapses overnight. And here's the part that nobody in the mainstream press wants to even admit. This whole disaster, they caused it. Their obstruction, their stall tactics, their refusal to negotiate, it all backfired hard. And so now the conversation in Washington isn't how do we stop Trump? It's how much power did we just hand this man? Because meanwhile, inflation numbers continue exposing Biden's economic wreckage. Deportations are at record highs. Prices are finally easing for working Americans. And Democrats they're watching every political argument that they had crumble in real time. So tonight, we're breaking that all down. The shutdown gamble, the filibuster panic, the January trap that's coming down the pipeline, the inflation bombshells, the mass deportation numbers, and most importantly, why Democrats are suddenly terrified of what's coming next. This isn't just a political win. This is Trump flipping the entire board and the Democrats realizing too late that they were playing the wrong game. Hit the like button and subscribe. Let's jump into this, guys. So ladies and gentlemen, when Trump and Senate Republicans ended the longest shutdown in American history, most people thought that that was the finish line, but it wasn't. It was the opening move, because the continuing resolution, the CR that reopened the government, it only lasted until January 30th, 2026. So it only lasts that long. It's going to end on January 30th, 2026, meaning that the next shutdown clock started ticking at the moment that the ink dried. You see what I'm saying here, guys? And Democrats hate that. Why? Because they just lost every ounce of leverage that they thought they had. Their goal was simple: drag Trump into the mud, force concessions, weaken his agenda. Instead, Trump walked out stronger, and now they're staring down a deadline that they just can't control. So here's where things get even uglier, okay? We're now learning that several Senate Democrats intentionally stalled negotiations during the shutdown to set up a second crisis. Their plan was to force Trump back into the corner in January to make him look chaotic, unprepared, unstable, but their scheme blew up because Republicans caught on early, and instead of giving Democrats the long-term deal that they needed, Trump boxed them into a 10-week sprint where every move they make drives more Americans into the Republican camp. Democrats wanted a slow burn crisis. Trump gave them a countdown bomb. And so now here's the part that the media refuses to admit. Trump rejected a full year budget on purpose. Democrats begged for it because it would have locked Trump into their spending framework for all of 2026. But Trump saw straight through that charade. Trump saw straight through that trap. Instead, he demanded a short-term CR, a time bomb that forces Democrats back to the negotiating table exactly when they're the weakest. So this is the gamble in your title. Trump created a crisis window where Democrats lose leverage, Republicans gain momentum, and the filibuster debate becomes unavoidable. He didn't avoid conflict. He engineered the perfect battlefield for January. Now, you know that feeling when something's finally handled, that moment, that relaxation moment, that sigh of relief, right? That's what happens after Chapter fixes your Medicare plan. This is why I partner with Chapter, guys. They don't sell, they solve. They make your Medicare coverage feel like it should have from the start. One of our viewers said, I walked away smiling. It actually felt good to handle my insurance. So let me ask, when was the last time fixing something felt that good? Now, most people, they're smiling already after dialing the phone number at the bottom of your screen right there, guys. Phone number is 909-563-8279 or visiting askchapter.org/Ron. And here's what some of our viewers are saying. So Brenda Mathis said, Chapter saved me $714 a year. Bob said, I called Chapter and they helped me out. Excellent. Thanks, Ron. So yeah, then Scott Bessent walked in and dropped a political warhead on live television. In fact, the Treasury Secretary, not a senator, not a strategist, the Treasury Secretary, folks, told Republicans to forget the filibuster and fund the government without Democrats. Washington froze. This was the first time in modern history a Treasury Secretary openly endorsed the nuclear option. Democrats instantly panicked, firing off statements about destroying the Senate, undermining democracy, and constitutional crisis. But behind the scenes, their staffers, they were scrambling because Scott Bessent's message was clear. If Democrats try another shutdown, Republicans will end their filibuster power permanently. The moment that Bessent said those words, Capitol Hill went into cardiac arrest. Republicans immediately began whispering in closed-door rooms, is it time? Do we finally pull the trigger? And Democrats knew that they were in trouble because their own leadership started warning the cameras. This will break the Senate. Translation, we're about to lose the only weapon we have left. Meanwhile, conservative voters, they lit up the phone lines demanding action. And the most terrifying part for Democrats, 8 of their own senators had already crossed over once during the shutdown vote. That wasn't a crack. That was the wall beginning to collapse. Now, here's the real ironic twist here. Every tactic that Democrats used to weaken Trump actually strengthened his argument for the nuclear option. I mean, their refusal to negotiate, proof of obstruction, their shutdown brinksmanship, proof that they can't be trusted with budget authority, their constant stalling, proof that the filibuster no longer protects democracy, it protects dysfunction. Polling now shows Americans growing furious with gridlocks, and almost all the frustration is aimed squarely at Senate Democrats. They walked into January thinking that they had set a trap. Instead, they gave Trump the perfect case to break the filibuster and take away their last line of defense. So now, while Democrats are drowning in procedural chaos, Trump's economic team is projecting something they absolutely do not want voters hearing: a 2026 economic surge. Scott Bessent says Q1 and Q2 are already shaping up for major acceleration, real incomes rising, productivity climbing, and both Main Street and Wall Street booming together for the first time in years. Now, here's the kicker. He openly says Democrats are rooting for the opposite. They want chaos because a strong Trump economy destroys their entire 2026 strategy. So the stronger the numbers get, the weaker their political hand becomes. But to really understand why this economic turnaround matters so much, you have to look closer. You have to look at the crater that Joe Biden left behind. Kevin Hassett, he laid it out plainly. Under Biden, mortgage payments nearly doubled, groceries jumped from $400 to well over $500, and the average American lost $3,000 in real purchasing power. So Biden's policies detonated the cost of living for every working family, and that damage didn't magically disappear when Trump walked back into the Oval Office. It's a deep wound, one that Trump is now fighting to heal. And so the contrast couldn't be clearer, and Democrats, they know it's killing them politically. So here's the real nightmare scenario that's keeping Democrat strategists awake at 3 a.m. If Republicans eliminate the filibuster in January, Democrats lose every ounce of leverage that they had left. I mean, so no more blocking Trump's budget, no more dragging negotiations into chaos, no more shutdown threats. If the filibuster fails, Trump gets a clean budget. The government stays open, and Democrats can't force a single concession. Their entire shutdown strategy collapses overnight, and they know that. And so this is why the panic looks different this time. They don't just fear a shutdown. They fear a shutdown without any power to stop it. And so while Democrats are scrambling over procedure, Trump's team keeps pulling back the curtain on something even more devastating: the immigration-inflation connection they ignored for years. So Kevin Hassett and J.D. Vance laid out clearly. When 5 to 8 million illegal entrants flooded the country during the Biden era, they devoured housing stock, spiked rent, pushed up food prices, and overloaded local infrastructure. Every new arrival meant fewer homes, fewer resources, and higher costs of living for Americans. So this became central to Trump's argument: reverse the migration surge, restore stability, and start driving prices back down. Oh, and guess what? It's working. Now, this is where the Democrats' narrative completely falls apart. New data shows that since Trump returned to the White House, over 2 million illegal aliens have voluntarily self-deported using the CBP app. and another 600,000 to 650,000 have been forcibly detained and removed. That is roughly 2.7 million people gone in just 10 months, a historic record-shattering pace. And Democrats are terrified because these aren't just numbers. These are pressure points in labor markets, housing markets, and voting demographics. Every removal frees up resources for citizens, and every week, the economic impact becomes harder for Democrats to ignore. So here's the punchline that Washington insiders hope you would never hear about. These deportations are actually cooling inflation. So when millions of people draw from limited housing, food, transportation, and infrastructure, prices explode. But what happens when that pressure drops? Costs fall. JD Vance says we're already seeing the early signs. Eggs down. In fact, I was just in Costco the other day. My wife almost lost her mind at how cheap the eggs had been. Energy's down. Gasoline is down. And once energy drops, the entire economy follows. I mean, this is the disinflation effect Democrats swore didn't exist. Trump's team is proving it does exist, and it's happening faster than economists predicted. Deportations aren't just a border policy, they're rewriting the economy itself. Now, here's where Trump's gamble becomes a masterstroke. January 30th, 2026 isn't just a funding deadline. It's the pressure point where every political battle collides at once. If no deal is struck, we face another shutdown. If Democrats keep obstructing, Republicans may finally go nuclear. And if Republicans go nuclear, Democrats lose the Senate's only break on Trump's agenda. This is why Trump insisted on a short-term CR, guys. He forced Democrats into a single choke point where they can't stall, they can't delay, and they can't escape the consequences of their own strategy. January isn't a crisis date, it's Trump's battlefield. And behind closed doors, the strategy is even clearer. GOP senators, they have already begun drafting contingency legislation that can pass the second the filibuster fails. Moderate Republicans, once hesitant, they're now shifting toward Trump's position after watching Democrats weaponize shutdowns repeatedly. Even Senate leadership, including Mitch McConnell or his successor, has privately acknowledged that this could be the most consequential procedural shift in modern history. Republicans are preparing for a world where Trump can pass budgets, border reforms, tax changes, and energy expansions with 51 votes. The filibuster isn't just a debate anymore, it's a countdown. And while Republicans quietly prepare for a post-filibuster world, Democrats are tearing each other apart behind the scenes. Moderates are furious at progressives for pushing obstruction so far that they may have triggered the nuclear option. Progressives are blaming the moderates for crossing the aisle during the shutdown vote and sending the wrong signal. An internal leak even exposed a chilling warning from a senior Democrat strategist. If Trump wins the filibuster fight, 2026 is lost. And they know exactly why, because a filibuster-free Senate lets Trump unleash the full agenda that they fear most: border reform, tax reform, energy dominance, and mass deportation authority. Now, here's a part that's going to haunt Democrats for years. Trump outplayed the entire field from the very beginning. He accepted the shutdown instead of folding. He demanded a short-term CR, not a long-term Democratic trap. He framed Democrats as saboteurs, not opponents, but economic arsonists. And then he forced January 2026 into becoming a single high-stakes showdown where Democrats have no procedural shield left. Every move Democrats made only strengthened Trump's message, validated his strategy, and exposed Biden's inflation disaster. Trump didn't stumble into this moment. He engineered it step by step, pressure point by pressure point. So this is the moment that everything flipped. The media, even some left-leaning outlets, they began asking the questions that Democrats never wanted to hear on air. Why did Democrats stall negotiations? Why did they gamble with another shutdown? Why is inflation still hammering Americans? And when those questions hit mainstream coverage, Democrats lost control of their narrative overnight. I mean, suddenly Biden's inflation legacy couldn't be buried. Democrat obstruction couldn't be spun. Public frustration surged. And voters, they started saying the one phrase that terrifies Democrats operatives: just let Trump govern. The backfire is complete, and the timing couldn't be worse for them. And so now we arrive at the final question. This is the one that's hanging over every hallway in the Capitol. Will Republicans pull the nuclear trigger? Everything's on the line. I mean, if they do it, they avoid a shutdown, pass Trump's full agenda, and permanently reshape the balance of power in the Senate. If they don't, Democrats get one last chance to stall, sabotage, and obstruct. Now, Trump's gamble has built to this exact moment, a standoff where Democrats face the possibility of a total procedural defeat. January will decide everything. Mark my words, guys. The filibuster, the budget, the agenda, the future, and this time, Democrats are the one cornered. Hit the like button, subscribe. We'll see you next time.